All right, you stud muffins. We lost another trade today. This month has definitely been testing me. We'll show it here. We'll put myself in the bottom corner over here. But this month has definitely been testing me. Okay. One big loss. We had two losses on Wednesday. We had one win. We had a loss. We had a good win, and then we had a loss today. So we were building our way back up. We were like one trade away from being break even on the week, on the month. But we're back to 11.5K in drawdown, and it's okay. We're gonna keep trusting our system, keep doing our thing, keep doing what we do, sticking to our risk management. Again, even if we end this month red, we end it red. We'll see how tomorrow ends up playing out. I think today should have not been a trading day, but I did see a good setup. I took it. I trusted it. I ended up not playing out, and we'll go over that right now. So coming into the market, right? On the 4 hour time frame, I was bullish, right? I was bullish in the 4 hour because we inversed that 4 hour bearish fair value gap that we had right here and right here. I wanted to see if we're going to continue higher, but in reality, I should have just understood since London session, right? If we go since London session, we just were continuing up, right? We need to have a retrace. During London session, we just continued up all the way to New York session. I probably should have stayed away for the day. And again, this is just more experience based. I think people who are more experienced sat out today. And we still have a lot more experience to gain, right? We're not the best trader in the world yet, but we've done this before, right? I've sat out on days like this before. Because usually when we just continue higher or just continue lower without any retrace or something like that, during London session into New York session tends to chop around, and that's what ended up happening today. And I ended up realizing that. That's why I only took one trade today. But I trusted the trade. It didn't end up playing out. I thought it was. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Again, it didn't. But again, if we go to the hourly time frame, we had these hourly highs above. We had these data highs above from Tuesday, also from CPI. As we can see, we'll go to the hourly time frame on NASDAQ. With these hourly highs, and then we had these data highs above that I really wanted to target. I thought we were going to come take those out. But we didn't, right? We ended up chopping around. So we also had news at 8:30, I'm pretty sure. We had unemployment claims at 8:30 a.m., okay? I decided to mark out the data low on that 8:30 a.m. news drop, as we can see, right? So we'll go to the 5-minute time frame over here on ES. I took a trade on NASDAQ, so we'll focus on NASDAQ, but we'll keep ES over here just to show what we were looking for, right? So we can see during market open, we broke structure to the upside. We never broke structure back to the downside based off of the 5-minute time frame on ES over here, right? So market opens, we can see we'll go to NASDAQ. Market opens, we end up breaking structure to the downside, but we were trading inside of this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, okay? We'll mark this out. So we had this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. I thought we were going to retrace lower and just respect this. And another reason why I thought we were going to respect this is because we took out the data low, right? We could see that ES didn't take out the data low off of this move. So at 9:35, we came down here. We ended up forming an SMT off of this low. And we ended up forming a 5-minute bearish fair value gap, right? So we formed a 5-minute bearish fair value gap. We formed a 1-minute SMT from data lows, respecting that 15-minute fair value gap, okay? We came up instantly on the next candle, disrespected this 5-minute bullish bearish fair value gap, okay? ES was still bullish in the 5-minute time frame. We never broke structure to the downside, so I thought we were going to continue higher. We formed an SMT off of those data lows. We swept them on NASDAQ. So as soon as I saw that we ended up disrespecting this 5-minute bearish fair value gap while respecting this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, and you can see that candle closure right there, I thought this was going to be a continuation, right? I thought it would be a New York continuation. But again, I didn't enter right off of the 5-minute inverse fair value gap. I wanted to wait for extra confirmation, which I always usually do, and we ended up getting it, okay? So we ended up coming up. As you can see, we ended up forming two bullish fair value gaps. So we had a 1-minute bullish fair value gap here, right? And then we had a tiny one right about here. So we had two 1-minute bullish fair value gaps. I usually wait for the first presented fair value gap to get traded into and get a reaction off of. I marked out equilibrium from this low to this high. I didn't enter off of this candle yet. I didn't enter off of this candle because, again, we did come down to respect the second. But, again, I didn't like this candle closure. But then we ended up getting this third candle, right? We came back into this 1-minute bullish fair value gap, the first presented. Came into equilibrium, discounted price range. We got a bullish reaction out of it. Boom. That was my entry. I entered in 2 micros off of this trade because it was a 58-point stop. That was a little bit of a bigger stop for me. That's why we lost a little bit more money than we wanted to today. Again, it was still less than yesterday's win. But, again, I really thought this trade was going to play out, and it would have been a banger trade if it would have. Would have been around a 126-point trade. My break even was going to be at this high up here, And then we were going to let that one runner run to here for a 107-point trade, and then that last one to a 126-point trade. So I only would have went in 2 micros, but we probably would have made a good amount of money on this one. We would have made our losses back on the month. But my overall goal taking this trade wasn't to make my losses back. I just thought it was a pretty good setup based off of how the market was reacting. It was right at the macro time frame too. And then we instantly just get stumped. So again, I thought it was a good setup. There's probably a couple things I could have fixed in here. I probably shouldn't have traded today based off of what we were seeing on the higher time frame, but I really thought we were going to continue during New York AM session, especially how we were reacting. But again, we ended up just chopping around all day. If we look at the 1 minute time frame, it wasn't good price action, right? I saw we were just inversing fair value gaps to the upside, to the downside, to the upside. I was seeing all this chop right here of how the market was just moving. So again, the live stream went a little bit later today. That's why I cut the whole live session on the YouTube because again, it's 30 minutes, but we were live for like 2 hours. But we were just sitting there doing nothing. I feel like there was no reason to post that, just to post the whole entire session up to the trade we took and then the loss. But again, being honest with my trade I took one trade. We lost around $236 per account on this trade, which is okay. Again, we still have plenty of drawdown room on these accounts. I'm not panicking at all. I'm just very confident in my system to be able to get out of times like this because I've been in this situation before on these accounts too. Again, I am building these accounts much slower than most people probably, but again, I think I'm doing this the right way. I'm sticking to my system and I'm focusing on being a good trader and a better trader every single day. I'm not focused on the payout. I don't need that stuff right now. Again, I want to start getting 10K months just consistently rolling. That's the overall goal. But I have to do the right things first to be able to get to that spot. And again, I'm not just going to rush the process to get there like most of these people. Oh, geez, I'm going blind in this eye. But again, I didn't end up taking any other trades today. This was the trade I wanted to take. I wanted to target those data highs from Tuesday from CPI and this hourly high above. I really thought we were going to do that because on ES, we did end up taking out this hourly high above. As you can see, we'll go to the hourly time frame. ES is all the way up here. I'm pretty sure we formed an SMT off of this now. But as you can see, that high Tuesday the 13th, right? Yep, Tuesday the 13th, yeah, right here. ES already took out this high. That's why I thought we were going to come to the data highs. But again, hey man, didn't play out. I thought the trade would, but again, we're dealing with probability here, but we're just going to keep doing what we do every single day, showing the truth, showing the real reality of our journey, and not acting like we know everything, okay? We're trying to go every day. The whole point of my YouTube channel and doing these trade recaps and live trading sessions is to show you guys and girls the real truth and real reality of my journey. And again, once we get, I'm really confident that we're going to be on top of the world one day in this trading world. And again, you can call me stupid, you can call me crazy, but again, I have the vision and I truly love doing this shit. And these videos that I am filming right now, 2 years down the line, right? It's going to be the real living proof of me actually doing this to getting to where I dream of being and think I'm going to get. Sorry, my contacts are dry as shit. I just went for a run at the gym. But again, this is just going to be proof to show it's possible. And I can't wait to go back and look back on these videos. Again, if you just compare my videos from last year to today, it's crazy. We started my YouTube channel last year. That's when I just started getting confident enough to start posting my trading journey. But again, I'm excited to see where we get. These videos are meant to help and show people the real reality of this shit and help them learn from my mistakes and so on and so forth, okay? But again, as we can see, we're down 11.5K in the month. And again, so many people talk shit when you go on losing streaks. I had somebody talking shit in my kick stream, in my comments today. And again, I really don't care what people think at the end of the day, but it does get annoying once in a while. They just know how to egg you on when you lose a trade. But it's like they forget about all this shit. Like December was a profitable month. November was a profitable month. We had like multiple winning weeks. How many weeks did we have in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 winning weeks in a row. And it's just like, again, and we had more here. Like fucking October was a profitable month. September was my last not profitable month. August was a profitable month. And then July wasn't an unprofitable month. So it's just like, again, they forget what you do over the months. But again, we show the truth and the real reality of this shit. People are going to talk whatever they want to talk about. And again, they ain't hating. I guess you're doing something wrong. So I don't know. We're trying to show the real truth and real reality here. But I appreciate everybody who's subscribed to my channel. Hopefully you learned a little bit from this trade recap. Again, one thing I feel like I could have avoided today was probably sitting on my hands. But again, I did see my setup. I can't say shoulda, coulda, woulda now that I see price in live action. But again, I'm just going to remember this for next time. London session, we didn't have one retrace on the hourly time frame. And I think if we see this again, I would like to see at least one bearish candle closure from London session till New York session open. And if we don't, I'm probably going to sit on my hands and wait for a bigger retrace into something else or a higher time frame liquidity sweep or something. But again, after that first loss, I scaled down to the 1 minute time frame. I started seeing that chop, and I was like, yeah, we're probably going to chop this whole entire session. I'm just going to sit on my hands and probably stay away. That's what ended up happening. Took 1 L today. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 L's, 2 wins. We're down like $500 something per account. Isn't crazy, isn't terrible. Got plenty of room. And we're going to keep building these accounts over time. All right, sound good? Peace out.